stare out real hard.
And you're live with Jordan yawning.
Hi, everybody.
Oh, welcome to the Addicted Fishing.
I doubt we're live anyways. You always say we are. We're never live. So
Oh, wait, he says.
bring
Not,
out
not
like
yet.
10
Not
cuss
yet.
words.
As you guys know, we do things here a little ghetto in the Addicted Fishing Garage. So
It ain't ghetto. It's how we do it.
sometimes we leave. Sometimes we like eat food while we're sitting here. It's just a hangout. We're here to hang out with you guys and talk fishing.
Today, there's no leaders to
And
tie.
It's real.
Yeah, it's real. It's real life. So thanks so much for tuning in. As always, do not forget, please make sure you guys drop a comment.
What's up?
Give us a thumbs up and share this out here. If you're on Facebook,
Zach and Sal.
share it out to all the Facebook groups. If you're on YouTube, just text it to a couple
Gary,
buddies.
what's
Tell
up?
them to come join us and talk fishing. Tonight, we're going to talk all about Buoy 10, and we got Cameron, who's been pretty much down there already for the last
He's been
Just
living
about
the
a month.
dream.
almost a month.
Yeah.
And you have 60 days in a row coming up, right?
I was on day 2 today.
That's
He's
not-
a
it's
salty
gonna
seaman.
He's a salty guy.
It's gonna suck.
Salty guy.
But here we go, and it's
We're
gonna
going
be
to
good.
give you guys an opportunity to win a prize pack, so just do those 3 things for us, please. Give this video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys are
Share.
commenting. Start getting all your questions in. Cameron's got a notepad ready, so if you guys got any questions about Buoy 10, we're going to try to cover it all. Talk about all facets of it, really do the whole shebang. Cameron even brought a couple cohos that we're
Yeah.
going to fillet tonight, which
right.
will be fun.
I think we should do that kind of right out of the gate while people are logging in here and sharing this stuff out. But we got some coho, you guys. We're going to show you a little sample of, I think, what's more to come for the
Yes.
season.
Are they
So,
getting bigger?
They are getting bigger.
Looks like it.
Oh,
Nice.
Especially from all the pictures and videos of the bait balls and
Oh,
all the
they're-
choke
And if you guys are on
tearing inside
YouTube,
bellies.
do not forget about the super chat feature. If for some reason there's a lot of questions coming in and we're just not seeing them, we always make sure that we answer those super chats. So it's just a little extra way to get your comment right up in front of us.
Yeah,
and then
and Caleb-
always, it supports the channel. So if you guys are able to support us on YouTube, we can keep creating badass fishing content for us. So the super chats are always appreciated.
Yeah, and Caleb, I don't think we're going to be talking a lot about Area 2-2. I'm very unfamiliar with that.
Yeah.
So, right out of the gate, this is really going to be Buoy 10, kind of marine
Just
area
that lower
1, Astoria,
estuary.
centric. You know, I mean, obviously it's been pretty much a smoke show up and down the West Coast. I mean, all the way from the Chinooks in California, cohos all the way up, tuna are starting to bite. I mean, it's just been good. But I know a lot of guys that are just, you know, they're not as ocean centric as
Yeah.
some people are, but everyone's focused and ready for that August 1 kickoff.
It's
It
gonna
is-
be
yeah,
crazy down
dude, it's 8 days away. I was literally thinking that. I was like driving in today. I'm like, Buoy 10 is 8 days away. Damn it! Like it's coming quick. It's coming
No,
quick.
It's coming, yeah.
First question, though, are they there?
Oh, they'll be there.
Are they that nosed in?
I think so. We'll
Yeah.
talk a little bit about that because we got some tide charts we're going to show you guys. We're going to walk through kind of the tides and through the month because I know that's obviously that's your number one factor in that estuary system. You know, I mean, obviously you got to have fish that are going to come back in the forecast. They got some numbers on that, but yeah, tides are going to be insane.
I can't wait.
Insane.
I always wait for this little Buoy 10 live feed every year so Cameron can tell me when the best tides are to go down there and
Yeah.
fish.
Yeah. Thanks for going to the Sport Coast show, Reeling in the Outdoors. Appreciate it. For those of you guys that bucked and
I have some special
fought
news.
for traffic.
Some special news about that tonight.
Why?
I haven't even told you.
Oh, this should be good. I'm all ears.
We got some special news about Addicted Alaska. We have
Oh.
made an executive decision. Cameron already did tell me that this was
Saturday.
okay. So
Yeah, I did.
we're going to release Addicted Alaska on YouTube July 31st. The day before the Buoy 10 opener, we are going to release Addicted Alaska 2 Winter Chrome Blend on YouTube
I didn't know a date.
July 31st.
What's the rationale for that date?
Just because I felt like it.
No, I like it.
Seems
you
like
guys
a
all
good
getting
day to
ready for
me.
the opener?
Yeah.
You know,
Yes.
tying leaders,
That's
getting
what I
stuff
was
ready?
thinking.
That'd be cool.
That was kind of my rationale. I was
That's
just
not a bad
thinking, oh
idea.
man, everyone's going to be excited for the Buoy 10 opener that day. It'll be a good little fun get excited about fishing before. So
Sal, the limit's 4 per person plus, and then there's also 2 king limit. We'll be just fine.
that's awesome. Well, yeah, guys, I'm excited about it. I can't wait to release this on YouTube. I know you guys, we literally get messages every single week, hundreds of them, people asking when we're going to release this thing on YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's coming July 31st.
Coming.
Mark your calendars. We'll have another little trailer coming out here in the next few days talking about it, and it's coming to YouTube. So everyone that supported it up to this point, thank you so much. Thanks so much for coming to the premieres and rocking with Addicted. Hopefully we can make a couple more cool movies in the future.
Yeah.
I
What's up,
can't
bud?
see why not.
Is that 4 coho and 2 Chinook?
It's 4 salmon, of which 2 can be Chinook, wild Chinook for where we're going, Sal. Now, that's for that. No, whoa. Sal's going with me on a tributary.
Okay.
Let's start that all over right now. Thank you. No, we will go over the bag limits at Buoy 10.
Okay.
we were having a side conversation, unfortunately, with the other 250 you guys watching between the two channels. I apologize. No, it is not a 4-fish limit at Buoy 10.
Everybody will be at the dock like, Cameron told me.
250 people just said, he said it was a 4-fish limit. We're filling our boxes. 2 wild kings, baby.
Hey, if you guys are just now tuning in, we're giving you an opportunity to win an Addicted Fishing prize pack.
Good
We're
call.
actually going to
Good
throw
call.
in an extra Okuma hat. So you're going to get a hat from Addicted, a t-shirt from Addicted, a sticker, and an Okuma hat. All you got to do is just share this live feed out there. Come on, get it out to your family and friends. If you guys don't share these things for us, Facebook and YouTube ain't going to do it. So you guys got to help us get
That's
this
not
out to
weird
more
at all,
people.
bud.
So
Yes,
share it
Brian
out there,
Keel.
drop a comment, and give us a thumbs up, and we'll give
Yeah.
you an opportunity to win this prize pack.
I'm gonna get some gloves on, and I think what we should do is keep sharing this. Oh, sorry, Jordan. Keep sharing this. Holy smokes!
I'm about to
I just
take a
about killed. I
seat.
just about killed Jordan. I'm gonna go get a salmon. We're gonna talk about filleting and do a little sample on what we got coming. Anyways,
Yes,
this year.
yes.
And you guys keep sharing this out.
The meat's
going
going to look just like that YouTube play
Keep
button.
it going up.
Red as
Sushi.
Oh yeah, you want to do some sushi?
We
Great.
should have got some soy and some wasabi up in here.
I got some soy in the house.
I don't know
Jet
if you
boil.
should do that. Jet boil? No, leave the jet boil and
I
put
threw
it away.
the jet boil went in the garbage after that night. It got ruined.
The jet boil almost burned down
I
the
will
attic
not be.
studio.
I will not be cooking live ever again. I can tell you that much.
What are the name of those Gerber scissors? Just Gerber scissors, right? Or do they have a special
Neat
name?
Freak. Neat Freak scissors. They're called the Neat Freaks. And the Gerber scissors, as you guys know, have literally changed our lives as anglers. I think that Gerber needs to change that to their slogan when they're making their little commercials. It should literally. We should just make our own. A funny video where it's like us just all these different shots of us cutting braid.
We'll have one of our buddies with no teeth and be like, man, I wish I'd had some
Yeah,
damn
exactly.
scissors."
And then at the very end, it can be you just flipping your hair and be like, Gerber scissors changed my life.
Or we'll have to do a YouTube video of somebody cutting my hair with the scissors.
Oh no!
Not off.
Oh, just a little
A
piece?
trim, yeah, a
just
healthy trim.
Just a little trim.
Supan's got some nice fish this year, guys.
Oh, look
Oh,
at that.
look
That
at
one
this
doesn't smell
chromie.
rotten.
Look at
Interesting.
this chromie.
Wow. You should
Oh, it smells like I want to eat.
text Sharon. We need some soy up in this.
Yeah, if you guys want to do it, I don't know if you're supposed to. Can you guys? I mean, these are from the ocean. So
If
they
you don't
put that-
see worms, you're good.
yeah, you'll eat it.
Sushi fish flash froze.
Yeah, no, this is not.
Oh,
this was
and it's
iced.
farmed, so yeah, whatever helps you sleep
That's
at
true.
night.
So this is probably
God.
We could probably do a little sushi.
Hey, for all the people that are commenting and say that they shared, thank you so much.
Keep
We're
sharing
giving you an
them.
opportunity to win a prize pack here, so keep sharing it out there. Do not forget, drop all your comments. Cam's going to do a little quick fillet job on this salmon here.
Since you guys like seeing fish cut up for some reason so much, I swear, ever since we did the sturgeon
That
one,
is a lot bigger.
that
That's
is
a
like
real
all you
coho.
guys would be like, when you cut up the fish. All right, well, we got more fish for you to cut up.
We're
You
going to
asked
fillet.
for
And this time we got a head on this one.
it. And it was swimming like 6 hours ago.
6 hours ago, it was swimming in the water.
You can tell by the smell.
Yeah. it
Do
doesn't-
not
it's
forget,
rotten.
Clint, you want to throw this up real quick on the fillet away. You guys do not forget about the fillet away fish mats. I know you guys saw us filleting them last week, but I'm sure Cam will be talking about why he loves them and stuff as he's filleting this fish as well. But they are giving you guys a discount just for the month of July, so I highly, highly recommend taking advantage of that. There it is right there on the screen. If you just go to their website and use the code ADX, these fillet away fish mats are freaking badass. And I'll let Cam talk more about why he likes them since he catches like.
You, Jody.
Did Brady have a question at all, Clint, or no?
Nope. He said he said he couldn't watch live. He was at work, but here you go. Thanks. So
Dude,
much
Brady.
appreciated.
Thanks
Yep.
so much,
Thank
buddy.
you,
Thanks, dude.
Yep. All right.
Brady's always freaking rocking and supporting. We appreciate it, man.
And these are the knives that I've been using pretty much since they came out, and they're still sharp as nails. Sharp as nails.
Gerber, what do you think
nice
about those
fish.
new Gerber knives that are coming out?
I wish I had some to try
I know.
because they're gonna cut fish too good.
Is-
I like
did
the
Charles
scallop
go to
on
get
them.
soy?
Well, yeah, that's the thing on these
Yeah.
new Gerber knives,
There
guys,
you
that
go.
they created. They have this scallop on them basically to prevent from air pockets, or it's to give you air pockets, right? Isn't that what it's for? So
Yeah,
it
so
slides
it's-
through the fish
Yeah,
smoother
it's a
and
scallop
quicker.
blade. I mean, a lot of other brands do it, but they just got a real aggressive scallop on it. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
looks freaking sweet.
Yeah.
Clint, look at you.
See you at
dude.
the
You
10
got
line
freaking-
next week, and we're going to talk about that, Brady, because
Clint's pro, guys. We need to give this
Yeah.
guy a raise. Can we get 25 more super chats so we can give Clint some money tonight?
Bonus.
All right, guys. Coho salmon, as you can see here. Nice little specimen that we caught out in the river, out in the ocean today. I don't know really.
Cameras down fishing Buoy 10.
Yeah. I
Just
literally
above
came
the
back.
Astoria Bridge.
Yeah, no, I was the only boat there today.
Yeah,
It was
it's
great.
crazy.
It was great. No traffic. It was
Hot bite.
No, out in the ocean, the fish are a lot closer. I'll just give a little ocean report today. So the fish are a lot closer. I spent 2 days with TJ Hester, and we filmed a little bait versus super bait action. Where one day we just fished our normal chovy and normal what we do, and then the second day,
All super bait.
today, all original super bait. And I'm gonna leave it out for the episode to happen to figure out which one won. Or
What do you
was
guys
it a
think?
draw? You know, we made it like this little like Mythbusters thing where was it confirmed, denied, or plausible? And no, I mean it was real cool. But it's gonna be action packed. The
Sick.
Addicted Life is gonna be sick. So, but
Look out for that,
regardless,
guys. If you guys are not, if you guys are over on Facebook and you haven't gone over to YouTube and checked it out, every single Sunday we're putting out these episodes called Addicted Lives, and we're just fishing all around the country, all around the world, hopefully someday. So make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube, and that's what Cam's talking about. This is going to be a future episode where we basically pin the two up against each other.
was the YouTube good, Clint? I saw some comments there.
Yeah, it's.
Okay.
I'm watching it on my phone.
Oh, I see other people saying it. So okay, we're good.
It's fine on my phone, but people are saying YouTube's dropping out.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, guys, it
damn
seems
you,
to be
YouTube.
working on our end, but hopefully you guys can get it figured out.
Okay. Well, either way, nice coho salmon. Figured to bring one in here for you guys. I've gutted them though. So one thing I want to talk about real fast is obviously with these coho and the way that they're eating and their digestive tracts are real full and their guts are real full of fish. Like I definitely like to try to pull the guts out before I do a final ice down before I take them anywhere long term, right? So a lot of times when you see us taking pictures, if we take the pictures at the marina, we just came in with the fish, took the pictures and cleaned them right away. But like on the other days we've been bottom fishing, like I'll remove the guts like actually while we're out in the ocean. Just get rid of the guts. You can't remove the head, you can't remove any of the fins, but get rid of the guts out of the fish, then ice them down because also just makes the fish and the meat just really mush. And we experience that same thing in the river too at Buoy 10 because the water temperatures are 70 plus degrees. And the fish are still eating, their guts are still full, like so you don't want to get that soft meat. You spent all that time catching a fish, you guys know the drill there. So I've got, just like I said, my gutted coho here, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my Gerber. I think this is the what length is this one? The 9-inch?
12.
The 12 or the 11? I don't know, the big one.
That's 12.
The big one. I'm going to make a little
it's
cut
the
there on the
10-inch.
collar. What's
Yeah,
that?
It's the 10-inch
Oh,
blade.
perfect. And then I'm just going to run it down the backbone without cutting your hand off, Marlon. I dare you to reach your hand in there
Clint,
again.
you should switch that other camera. You get a lot better angle, I think, on this fish, what he's doing here. Yeah.
Yep.
There you go.
Yeah, we're just going to pop them off like this. Look at that. That's a red,
Yeah, show that to that
kneaded,
camera.
beautiful coho fillet. Look at that.
Oh,
Just,
tasty.
you can even see like the buttery fat lines, all that good stuff. And I am a fan of ocean coho. I like ocean coho. It's real mild. It makes a great fish and chip, like for a fish taco, anything like that. So I do love the ocean coho. Now I'm gonna flip it over. I'm gonna do the same. Now a couple things you can do here too. You guys can also remove the belly fins first, if you choose to, or you can just cut it this way, or just start it without removing the belly fins.
And this is usually where, particularly in most scenarios, you would see that fish sliding around all freaking
Oh,
over
yeah.
the place. But just a little bit of pressure on the fillet away mat,
I don't wanna cut
and
you.
it holds it right in the place. It's just so amazing. And you can see too when we go to clean this thing. I wish we could take people out and just show how easy it sprays off.
Now, don't forget, I don't know if I can turn this around. I might do this a little backwards. For those guys that always want to smoke some fish and you want to do some collars, don't forget to take your collar pieces here. Go right in behind the head. Cut straight down. Sorry, Jordan, I don't want to cut Jordan's face off. You got a couple nice collars right there.
Shazam.
A couple nice collars ahead. And then there's also guys that will take these backbones too and smoke them. There is a lot of meat still left on them. You know, you can pretty much see, you can actually see through the backbone here. But there's something to use there too. I'm gonna put these back in the cooler, guys.
Oh.
Oh, 1 second. Oh,
Fail.
Somebody grab that here. Oh, who put their stuff on the cooler?
Sorry guys, bear with us here. Cam's freaking getting rid of the guts here.
There we go. So obviously now, all I've got are my rib bones, and you can take the belly fins off if you like at this point in time, or you can take them off before. You guys can't really see that, can you? Can you go back to the other one? Back to main cam? You can't really see it. You can't really see it either. Let me do this one. I'm gonna turn the fillet around. What's going on? Oh, you're gonna do it?
Ah, of course.
I don't know if you can do this. You're supposed to do that or not, bud.
Whatever.
I've seen
I do it all
I've
the
seen
time.
people doing it.
I
Yeah.
do it all the time.
I think people eat raw trout they catch in the mountains.
You do it closer to the cam too.
Yep. This is okay. This is closer to clam. This time to clam. Okay, there we go. A little better angle for you guys. So now, all I'm gonna do is, if you want, you can remove the belly fin. It's kind of nice just to get that out of the way. It makes it a little easier. And then take your knife. Start a little cut there at the rib bone at the top of the fillet. And just slide your knife, pushing up against the rib bones. You're pushing your knife up this way as you're going. Nice clean cut.
Mmm.
As you can see,
You should have brought us some fresh seaweed too.
some fresh nori. There's a nice fillet there. Voila.
Man, you did a good job sharpening these knives.
What are you doing there? Oh, you're actually doing it. All right, go back to the main. You're gonna. I ain't doing that.
Why not? You don't like fish to begin with.
I like sushi, but
There should be a new rule.
I don't know if
we're
we should be
gonna
doing
watch
it. Should Jordan be eating this right now, guys? There's almost 350 of you guys watching between the two channels. Is it good?
It's excellent.
I bet it's super fresh.
It's really good. Oh, you need
Should
some
he be
rice.
doing this?
Dude,
It's sat in the back of your truck, not on ice all day. It's
yeah,
probably
it's better than the
Yeah.
fish we had the other day.
Did you
What
eat
does it
raw?
taste like? Soy sauce?
And fish.
Eat one, Marla. You eat one. I'll eat one.
Try
Absolutely
it. Guys, try it.
fucking not.
If somebody send a super chat that'll dare Cameron and Marlon to eat some of this.
I eat sushi, so
Oh,
it's not
Tommy,
bad.
thanks for the super chat, buddy. We appreciate it. What's that?
Where did we buy the fish, Sam?
I messed sure
We
it
didn't
said
buy
bring the
this
soy
fish.
sauce.
Actually, I
it
bought
said
this
in a
fish
bowl.
when I
Sure,
bought my
huge bowl.
25-foot Columbia, and I've been out in the ocean tearing them up. That's where I bought them.
Hey, how many people out there watching saw our tarpon episode? Who watched our tarpon episode on YouTube? Please go watch that and make it a point in your life to someday go catch one of those fish. It was one of the most amazing
That's so good.
experiences of my life. So
Bet it is.
please go over to YouTube and check that out at some
I
point
just
when
don't know
you're
if you're
bored
supposed to. I don't want to
and you want to
parasite.
watch some cool fishing.
Put lime and lemon juice. The acid cooks it. Yeah, it's like a ceviche. Yeah, should soak it in lemon
It's
juice
alright.
for at least
I'm
30
not worried
minutes.
about it, guys.
I'm still alive. Jordan, hell yeah, yes. Everyone's.
They love it, man. I'm gonna keep eating.
Next time you see Jordan in 3 weeks, he's gonna be like 40 pounds lighter, just like skin and bones.
Dude, but everyone's saying freeze it first, and true sushi, our fridges and freezers will not cool it to what sushi grade freezers do.
Right,
So
flash freeze with
it's a way lower temperature, and putting it in your freezer ain't gonna do
Get it
jack
away from
anyways,
me.
So
yeah, it's like
Well-
-30.
Are you hungry?
unless you take it to the right freezer.
Hungry food.
Yeah, it's commercially frozen. It's not like our freezing.
All right, Clint, you wanna randomly select the first winner here for this addicted
See,
prize pack?
Sal's the chef, and he said it's fine.
To everyone out
Is he
there
a
that,
chef?
Yeah, Sal's a chef.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
to everyone out there that shared the live feed and continue to stick out with us here, we appreciate it. We're gonna give one prize pack away right now, and stick with us because we'll probably give a couple other things away before the end of the live feed. I can almost guarantee it.
All right.
There you go.
So Becky Brown on Facebook, you won yourself an Addicted Fishing prize pack. Please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing, orders@addicted.fishing, and we will get that prize pack out to you. And again, everyone that shared
Yeah.
it, please keep sharing it, commenting, ask your Buoy 10 questions.
you
We're gonna
zip
get,
lock bag for me?
we're gonna
Oh,
be
zip lock
diving
bag
in
for
here
me.
real
Open
deep
it.
on
Yeah.
Buoy 10.
Yeah,
in
Buoy
general.
10. As I say, for those of you guys that tune, we almost got 350 you guys watching now between the two channels. And I'll tell you what, we're going to be talking to Buoy 10. We've even got a couple tide charts, some season stuff we're going to talk about. So let us kind of clean up this mess, get organized, and yeah, let's talk some Buoy 10. If you guys got questions, keep firing. I've seen a couple of them that have written down. We got a little stuff that we want to talk about. Marlon, is it worth $2.99?
This is-
It ain't worth $2.99 to me, Tommy.
Try it. Eat it.
To try it.
Put
I
a
eat a
number-
lot of sushi though.
No,
but
dude.
Put a number on
We
it.
ain't doing that. People are gonna-
$50 you wouldn't take a bite?
No.
No.
$50?
100.
Don't worry, everybody. I'll eat it for free.
Yeah, Jordan's over here like dishing himself up another plate before we put it away.
When I
Like,
first
yeah, let's
when
dinner.
I first moved to Alaska, I ate almost the whole sockeye raw before I even like got through the first
Got
week.
sick.
But now he's immune to the parasite, so he's cool.
I almost let that whole thing down before I puked.
What did we catch the coho on, guys? These coho were actually killed on super baits. We had the super bait day today.
Cam's got some of those in here tonight, so
Yeah.
I'm sure we're going to be talking
We'll
about
talk a little bit about it, but man, it was a fun 2 days fishing with TJ. I had clients both days. You know, we tried to make it as much apples comparison as we could. And yeah.
Oh, we got a few hundred of you watching with us tonight. Who wants an opportunity to win one of these cool mats that Cam just filleted his fish on? We're going to give you an opportunity to win one of these. Clint back there's raising his hand, even though I already gave him 2 of them last night. Yeah, called you out, dude.
He doesn't catch any fish. Why would you give him?
Oh,
Are you going to use these in your kitchen to like cut up your kale and your vegan and something else?
They work great in the kitchen, honestly.
Carp.
I use them in the kitchen
Dude,
all the
I've been
time.
seeing all sorts of people using them to process like game for like deer. Like
Oh,
cut
yeah,
up their
I can
deer
see
meat
that
and
for
stuff.
sure.
Like,
But we know Clint's not doing
I
that
saw
either.
RJ was using them to like rig all of his super baits. Did you see that? He had like all the beads like sit perfectly in between the things.
That's
like
cool.
there's just all sort. But that's not why these things get used. They get used because you get to kill fish.
They used because we murder.
Andy Miller, thank you so much, dude. We appreciate it. Jordan got a tip. He said $2. Yeah.
Is it good still?
It's really good.
You're not dead
You
yet?
guys are babies.
Have you died yet?
Okay, guys, we're gonna give you an
All right.
opportunity to win this. Just make sure you guys are, if you're on YouTube, give that video a thumbs up as much as you can. Text message this. Grab the little share button and text this out to a couple of your buddies and say, "Come join us. We're talking fishing over here at Addicted Fishing."
Fishing the booty. The
Yes.
booty 10.
And Clint, throw up that discount code one more time before we stop talking about fillet away mats the rest of the night, just so these addicts do not forget that this code is going to expire. So July 31st will be the last time you get to use that code. And just like Conan said when he was in here last week, this is basically getting you a set of mats for cheaper than you can buy them anywhere else. So go head over and grab yourself a pair of these things. Use the code ADX on their website, Fillet Away Fish
You got
Mats.
TJ in the fish.
I was
Check
gonna
it
say, Sam, he was pretty like blinded by all the chrome though that he got.
Yeah,
He was like,
yeah,
what are these? I'm like, these are salmon.
These are salmon, TJ.
Just kidding.
We will select a winner here in the next couple minutes
Such a dick.
to win this mat. So Clint,
Yeah.
I'll check back with you in a couple minutes. We'll select a winner for the fish mat.
You'll need more than that to pay for the hospital
You
bills.
guys are rocking it. You guys are rocking it on the super chats.
appreciate it, guys.
Thank you so much on YouTube. If you're on Facebook and you're wondering like what the hell is
Dude,
a
okay,
super chat,
we gotta talk Buoy 10.
people can donate money to us on YouTube and just kind of contribute to the channel and help us continue to keep doing what we're doing. So we appreciate it, all you
Yeah.
YouTubers. Okay, let's do it. Talk it.
Real
Buoy
fast
10,
though,
bust it
one
out.
thing I will say for those of you guys that haven't, I thought we were still segueing this in, so I'm going to say it anyways. But as for everybody up and down the Washington coast catching all those hatchery coho and enjoying these hatchery fish, do not forget to go to www.hatchery-wild-coexist. And we have it written as subscribe, but we really just need you guys to enroll with your email address and your name and stuff to get more information, change the narrative. You guys know the drill, but I want you guys to go to that website and check it out. There's a group out there, a coalition, if you will. It's a full-page ad, STS Magazine this month. Check it out, guys. I'm not going to say anything more because I think most of you guys have already done it, but if you haven't, you better. Or else you might not have hatchery fish one day. Lord knows.
Or else we'll shun you.
Yep. Next week on Addicted Life, Jordan's worm farm.
We got worms.
You got worms.
Oh, I didn't touch nothing. That's disgusting. All right, guys.
You guys are such babies.
All right. Okay, guys. So first off, as everybody know, Buoy 10 season is going to start this year, August 1st. Obviously, we've been out in the ocean. The Marine Area 1 fishery out of Astoria and Oahu has been freaking had a great start, and it just keeps on going. We've had a lot of really good ocean days, a lot of real nice ocean days, and there's been
Anthony from
plenty of coho out there. And that was one thing that the forecasts were forecasting was that there was going
That's
to
good,
be,
dude. I'm getting you trained. Subscribe to our YouTube
Yeah, no,
channel.
you know, I bet I said that 50 times today.
Subscribe.
Yeah, 5 years later. Anyways,
Please never say YouTuber again. Okay.
YouTuber.
Dave, I'll take note on that. I appreciate you helping me out there.
need a YouTuber. But anyways, yeah. So the forecast
call you
that was
Alex.
supposed to be huge, and you know everybody was, there was a lot of talk about in the spring and summer. I think it's coming to fruition. Up until
Ooh,
today.
that's so nice to hear.
I know, right? Coho. Are you getting twitchy?
Yes.
Are you getting twitchy? Twitching is going to be fun
Dude,
this year.
should we show these guys an exclusive first look?
We might have to do that in a minute. I need to talk about the
I keep
seasons,
interrupting
damn it.
you. All right,
I know,
sorry,
you're
I'm out.
pissing me off.
I'm out.
People are here to talk. There's almost 400 of you guys want to talk about Buoy 10. We're going to talk about Buoy 10.
Okay,
Anyways.
Sorry.
Anyways, with that big forecast, obviously I think we're going to see it. The clip rate has been really good. Even, we all have like those wild fish days where we catch like 40 to kill 10. I haven't really experienced that this year until today. Until today, it was probably 3 wilds to 1 hatchery. But truth be told, like the clip rate has been real strong, and they were predicting that kind of for the Columbia River fish too, that the clip rate was going to be a lot better, and I think we're kind of experiencing that. We've had a couple really good Chinook bites, but it's kind of just been when the currents and the conditions have been right and pushing some of those Chinook up into the bait, up onto the shores. But then as the ocean's been so flat, it's been laking out, those fish have been kind of pushing off the shore a little bit. So the Chinook have been a little bit wishy-washy. But this year overall, they're thinking about 340,000 Chinook that are going to come into the Columbia River. And compared to last year's actual return of 291,000, there's a definite increase in that. And with that increase, though, a lot of those fish that the numbers have increased, are like the lower river stocks, right?
Yeah.
So when you're talking Buoy 10 fishing and you look at like when these stocks of fish that are kind of showing up and arriving, unfortunately, a lot of lower river stock means a lot of Thule stock. There's some lower river brights and stuff mixed in that come in a little later, but a lot of it's lower river stock. That's kind of a good thing and a bad thing. It's bad because obviously we want upriver brights. Everybody wants those big purple back upriver brights, but those are our constraining stock this year. Those move through the estuary at a blistering pace. Like they are there one day, gone the next, right? Within that increase in the forecast, it's a lot of these lower river fish that tend to show up in the lower river and just wash. They wash in, they wash out, they hang in that lower river. So for sport guys, obviously that means probably have a little more opportunity to catch those fish, catch those Chinook. You know what I mean? It's not going to be one day where we're limiting the boat at 6 and then the next day we're scratching our head at noon still looking for a couple of them. You know what I'm saying? So there's obviously a lot of positives in that fishery. Another huge thing with that big coho return they're expecting is it went to a 2-fish limit. Now I know the last couple of years we've had a 1-fish limit during the Chinook parts of the season down there, but it is a 2-fish limit of which 1 can be a Chinook and that Chinook can be hatchery or wild. So within the simplification of the rules thing, they got rid of all the, oh yeah, on a Tuesday on the 3rd moon of this freaking quadrant you can keep a wild, but on these other days it has to be hatchery only. No, it's kill any Chinook. Obviously all the coho have to be hatchery. Should be good after that. Barbs. Barbs. Your barbs are coming back. So everybody who's been tying leaders and stuff like that got real ahead of the game, and they announced that we could have our barbs back. We're going to be able to do that this year.
Which means your stupid little rigs mean nothing to me anymore.
Well, my stupid little rig that went from 85 to
here we
90%
go.
landing ratio probably just went to 100.
That's true.
Yeah, it's dirty.
But
so,
usually with like a barbed, Siwash style hook, you're landing.
it'll be really interesting to see what happens with barbs in the estuary, though, because there's a lot of places we still fish barbs. Like Drano, for instance. There's days it's barbless till a certain point, and you lose them before then, and guess what? You lose them afterwards, too, if you don't fight them right. So, but yeah, barbs are coming back, too. And then, of course, the tongue point to West Puget Island closure after August 20th. Like, usually after the Chinook season closes in the Buoy 10 area, we just all kind of jump above tongue point. They did close that down, so we have to jump above the west end of Puget Island. That's now the new boundary, so they kind of eliminated a little bit of a Chinook fishery there, but they kind of had to keep our seasons open. And the biggest thing is to keep the season open for coho after it closes for Chinook, and that's going to be huge. I think it's going to be the most underutilized, undertapped. September coho fishing down the estuary can be more out of control than August can be. And with these big runs like we experienced in 2014, those were like, Cody was doing the bobber and anchovy under the Astoria Bridge, and just the fun twitching in the river, just casting spinners off your boat. Like, I'm really thinking we're going to experience that. I mean, right now we're having great fishing, and you're seeing all this fish in the ocean. But when you get to that September time and you get a good mix of those A runs and those B runs kind of coming in, it's the start of the B run that's starting to peek through. You've got this wide, giant area of the Pacific Ocean, and it just goes right into the Columbia River. You get all those fish condensed and concentrated. So it's going to be a slaughter. September is going to be absolutely nuts. So I saw a couple questions you brought up there. Oh,
I'm trying to
yeah.
get Marlon's
Sorry,
attention,
guys. We got a tool bag on YouTube. We got a YouTuber. We'll get rid of him. Anyway, so with that said, guys, where did the so I had some questions that you brought up there, Clint.
Yeah, they go away as I click on them. So.
Oh, gotcha. So when are we all dropping the new tackle? The new tackle is dropped. The stores have already ordered it. You will see it freaking everywhere. I don't think there was a major retailer in the West Coast that did not order. You will see it plenty. It's coming.
Someone was asking fish size versus timing of the run.
Fish size versus timing of the run for coho. Obviously, you know, when we're fishing out there in June and July and you're picking on A-run coho, and even in the early parts of August in the estuary, you find smaller coho just because those coho didn't sit out there and feed for another 2 to 4 to 5 weeks longer than the B runs that are going to come in later and be just that much bigger and that much fatter. So yeah, if you're looking for bigger coho, September's the time to be down there. But if you're looking for any fish right now, pretty much besides the exception of some steelhead stuff, any fish right now, you need to be out in the ocean. What else you got there?
So, Cam, I saw a really good question here. What's your preferred rod setup if you're going to be going and targeting really both species?
So both species down in the estuary, you guys, if you're looking for a single rod and you're not one of these guys that are fishing 5 or 6 rods out at the buoy 10, the Akuma Guide Select Classic 962 XH. The 962 XH is probably one of the best lengths for like a diver rod or like a heavier lead rod. And obviously, if you wanted to find a very coho specific rod, it's probably a little bit heavy for that. But if you're a diver fisherman or anything like that,
It's got a sturgeon set up on it.
it's got a sturgeon set up on it. Yes, the 962 XH.
And that's why you know that rod's amazing, because I use it for sturgeon.
Oh
I use
yeah,
it for all
no,
sorts of stuff.
absolutely. 962 XH is probably the best all around. I'll call it estuary rod that you can get. That I think that I've fished in the last 3 years, anyways.
Well, I'll cut you off real quick. Everybody, we'll talk twitching in a month.
Oh no,
It's
but
going
you
to
better,
be a little while.
But if you
A lot
want,
of
but if you
twitching,
want,
but the twitching jigs will be in stores. You can get stocked up. I'd recommend buying them early because they're not going to last. They
Yeah.
will be sold out, I'm sure, very quickly. But I see a ton of twitching questions. We're not talking about twitching yet, everybody. It's still a little bit ways away. We'll be talking about that soon enough. We're going to stick to the saltwater and, and the brackish water stuff.
but if you want to book twitching trips,
exactly,
you better do it now.
Yeah, exactly.
That was the Akuma. But anyways, yeah. So with that said, 962 X8, great all-around diver rod. You can put lead on it. It still has a tip that's soft enough, but you still have some power because like those currents and like I said, sometimes the heavier lead that's required to bounce kings down in the estuary. You know, sometimes you're using 8 to 12 ounces of lead. That 962, hands down. If you're gonna go into the longer rods, you're gonna run a lot of rods. You know, the 1062 XH and then even the 12 footer XH for Bakuma. Excuse me, guys, are great options. That's what I run in my boat as far as my bow rods all the way to my back rods. And next question here, guys.
Okay.
We're gonna talk tides in just a minute, guys. So just hold off on the time. I'm gonna run through some tide stuff as far as like what we're gonna be thinking and what you guys should be planning your vacations and stuff around too. Yep.
So I saw another one. It's kind of a little off subject, I guess, but kind of going into boat care. I saw, and I thought that was a fantastic question. What's some of the go-tos or some of the necessities in taking care of your boat and your motor and all the different necessities in that brackish water when you're fishing those tides?
Yeah. So depending on where you launch, you know, for a lot of the new boat anglers and stuff that might be thinking about heading down the estuary, you know, for a lot of the, depending on the port that you go to and depending on the time of the tide that you go in, your boat might be seeing saltwater last or freshwater last. So I kind of treat everything down there as saltwater, right? Just make sure you're rinsing your boat, make sure you're giving your boat a thorough spray out. I mean, even at the end of the day, I'll make sure that I'll go to a freshwater spot, take a bunch of 5-gallon buckets of water, just dilute the bilge of the boat, spray it obviously all down. Other than that, I don't get too crazy about it because we're using our boat every day. I'm not like going to run it in the salt and then put it up for 5 months. But yeah, make sure you rinse your motors out as well.
But if you are, contrary to what he's saying, if you are going to be doing that, if you're going down for a weekend every month, be sure and get that stuff cleaned
Yeah,
out.
treat it.
And especially
Yeah.
since we're coming right off the rod and reel setup questions, unless you're fishing like these stainless steel, even still, you should be washing your gear off after every trip because that you
Go
will
ahead, Clint.
blow through reels and gear.
Okay, winter's coming up.
So
Oh, yeah,
this
winner.
is for the winner for the fillet away fish mat. Everyone that was sharing it out there,
Yeah.
we appreciate it. Cody Dirks on YouTube. Cody Dirks, you won yourself a fillet away fish mat. Please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing. Clint, if you want to throw that up. Orders@addicted.fishing, and we will get this thing shipped out to you.
Fishy days. Yeah, and so probably the most common question that I see, or there's some variation of, is fishy days there. And is it safe to fish buoy 10 in a small boat? There are some launch locations that would probably a little more for preferred, like I'm on the Washington side above the bridge or the East Basin in Astoria. But anywhere you fish, you can fish a small boat down there. Like I see a guy, I saw a guy fishing in a 10-foot Zodiac with a 10-horse motor out past the CR buoy last week on the right day and the right tide. But if you don't understand the right day and the right tide and the right weather conditions, no, it is not safe to fish at buoy 10 in a rough boat, because all you need is a little bit of wind and the tide to switch to slop it up in a matter of 20 minutes. It can go from, a 3-foot riffle to like
Well, even
3
inside the
footers.
bar.
Oh, I'm
Exactly.
talking in the
Yeah,
I'm talking
yeah,
up
yeah.
above the bridge, depending on the direction of the wind and also where you launch. I will say this: if you're gonna fish a small boat, and obviously depending on tide, we'll get a little bit into tide in a minute. Staying away from those ramps or a little closer to the estuary will help you avoid some of the problems with the northwest wind, the prevailing northwest wind that generally happens in the afternoons. So maybe kind of concentrate on launching, upriver, like above the Astoria Bridge, and fishing those parts of the estuary versus down towards the mouth, because you can get a little more protection there. Or don't plan on ever really fishing late in the afternoon, and obviously watch your wind forecast. But yeah, you can fish it in a small boat, but that's not the variable. There's times I don't even want to be out there in my freaking 25 Columbia. Like, it's not fun, So it's more of a weather tide question. But
Right.
18-foot sleds, yeah, all the time. You see guys out there in 14-foot smoker crafts or anything.
Do you have any new flashers that you've cooked up that you haven't told any of us about that you're going to be testing this year at Buoy 10?
I've just been fishing a straight chrome short bus. I like chrome. I've always liked chrome. Every freaking stuff we fished is chrome.
Chrome.
Blue Aurora is chrome with a really bluish
Blue
chrome.
Yeah.
I've always liked that for down in the estuary. So I've just gone just now to chrome. Literally have 6 rods all chrome. But I'll definitely, when I get into the river, you might see some river water, some murkier water conditions. Maybe go back to the fluorescence, all the Twisted Addictions, the Blue Aurora.
Well, and what you
We'll
say, a
definitely
lot
try
of it has to do with the amount of pressure that
Oh,
you're
yeah,
seeing
no
in the
question.
ocean as well. You stick with basic and easy stuff, but once you come in and there's
Yo,
those fish are seeing
everything's changing.
literally 500
I like to be
different
different.
presentations. Exactly.
Right, I like
That's
to be
why I
different.
love short bus, because you think about how different. Here, switch to that camera real quick so you can show them.
These guys are absolutely some of my best ones. Just a nice high contrast in the morning between a white and a chrome.
Well, he's got a lot of new chrome ones too. He's got the Dusky. Dusky. Sorry.
That's a pretty one.
I like that one. That's Chinook-y.
Yeah, that one's obviously like a really good Springer one. But chrome, lots of chromes. I like chrome, so now I literally have them make a clear blade with chrome and chrome, baby. That's all I've been running out in the ocean.
JT, would you stop doing that? You're just hurting. You're just freaking.
What?
Have you been fishing any of these in the ocean?
A little tiny bit, but haven't really had to. The ocean fishing's been so darn good. I haven't. But there was one day where it was kind of a little slower, so we busted out the old 360 Super Series and got bites. Actually, it was in that Addicted Life. The first day we were
Yeah,
down there, I'm like,
yeah.
oh, it got kind of slow, and so it got kind of slow, and I put one on my rod. I literally put it out, took my hands off it like 30 seconds later, smashed one on it. It's on it. What episode was it? 42 or something. It was the June Ocean Opener Addicted Life. Check it out.
This
But
one's
yeah.
one of my favorite. I wish it was on a yellow blade.
I like that. That's pretty. At the end of the day, I think having a flasher is beneficial as far as like what color. That's the great debate. You ask 50 anglers, they'll probably give you
50 different.
48 different
Yeah.
flashers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A couple guys will agree that the sweet. That's the other thing, like sweet abbeys and stuff. Oh, that's the best flasher. I don't catch crap on this one. It gets my Achilles heel. Like I've tried. Lord, I've tried.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
Well, there's no
but make
question
sure you have a
that
good
this
assortment.
Sweet
If
Abbey
you were
bird
going to
is a
look for
long
flasher
fish.
colors, for the estuary, what I would do is I would just make sure that you have like some solid, or it's not some solid, but just some very chrome, very flashy ones, and then something that's a little more like contrasty too. Especially in the mornings. Like, or I'm not talking like, 6 o'clock fisherman time. Like, I'm talking like, okay, you can start to see the light cracking over that hillside.
Josh's favorites. This is one of Josh. This one murdered a few years ago in the mornings, early mornings.
Early mornings. That whites and chromes.
Yeah.
What is that one? Orange Crush or something like that? Or
I don't know what that is.
JT has so many amazing names, and they're all hilarious, and I blend them all together, and I don't know what half of them are.
Yeah.
Sometimes JT needs to just tune in with us every once in a while
Yeah.
and comment and be like,
Never leave home without the 360. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a minute too, because I think myself and a couple other guys kind of figured
Agree with that?
figured out a formula for that a little bit in the estuary last year really well.
all right, let's give a couple of those ones that are brand new away. How about that?
Let's give away a Dusky and a... Ooh, I want that one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. There's no names on these.
Let's give away
But
Sweet
they're pretty.
Abby.
Oh, Sweet Abby. Who wants to win some Sweet Abbies, guys?
Okay, guys, another opportunity. We're going crazy tonight, just giving you guys all sorts of things. So, thanks so much for tuning in. We appreciate it.
Comments are great.
What are they saying?
Don't worry about it. Keep going.
The Chrome.
Yeah.
You're stupid.
Use the Kraken in the morning. Which one's the Kraken, Chris?
It's one of ours.
Huh?
Pretty sure. It's one of the addicted white ones.
I think it's a white blade with black tape, black and something tape.
This one?
I don't know.
Dude, I can't remember the names.
I
of
can't
all.
remember either. I don't. Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Lots of people want them, so here's what we're going to do. Share this out there, share it to your family and friends, give this video a thumbs up, and comment below if you're planning on fishing Astoria this year. Comment yes or no whether or not you're planning on heading down to Astoria and fishing. And if you're out of town, just say, nah, I am not from your area or something. We're going to randomly select someone from the comments
And you're
below
boring.
to win a couple Short Bus flashers. Shout out to JT from Short Bus. He's always been a huge supporter of Addicted.
Yeah.
And he has always been on our sides when it comes to putting on
A
amazing
lot of
fishing
green,
content. He's always
yeah.
the first to rep and support what
Twisted
we're doing.
Aurora.
So-
If you held a gun to my head and told me if I had to fish them, it'd be Twisted Aurora. But I'm really liking those chromes. Chromes are going to give it a run for money this year. But Twisted Aurora, can't go wrong with that.
Money.
Yep.
Money. Lots of questions.
Yeah, I know. I'm just firing through that. Yep, here it comes.
What's Astoria?
Evan. That's that big scary place down there, Evan.
So
Where the
there's
trolls come out.
There's your Kraken. White blade.
Oh, and the Super
and the
Series.
Super
Okay,
Series.
that's why. Got it. That's why I was off. It was for the Super Series. My bad.
Well, let's
Yeah,
jump
see-
over.
Let's talk some tides.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna
know
say,
a lot of
let's
people
shoot the
want to talk
tides.
some tides, so let's do a little good rundown on tides here, folks.
So that's what we'll do. You guys keep sharing this out there. We'll break down tides right now, and as soon as we're done breaking down tides, we will select a winner for the Short Bus Flasher. So stick with us. Let's talk tides, and yeah.
Yeah.
Let's throw this away because it freaking reeks.
Oh,
like
soy sauce.
soy sauce,
And
and
fish.
salmon.
Let's
yeah.
throw this away. $50 super chat. Clint chug the soy sauce.
Oh boy.
$50 super chat. Jordan will just start eating one of the
Buoy
salmon
10 this
fillets
weekend.
like
You'll
an
be by
apple.
yourself fishing sturgeon.
Just fucking eat
That
like
would
an
be
apple, dude.
hardcore, man.
That's like the new craze
Salmon
though. Like
back.
all the food, like just the people eating videos. Oh, yeah. I
Viral.
anyways,
There's this
I don't-
one
I
YouTube
don't
video
understand. I don't
completely
care.
off subject. All
Oh,
the dude
boy.
does is run stuff over. He puts a can. He'll put a can under there. He'll run over a can.
Yeah.
He'll put a bottle under there. He'll run over a bottle. He'll put an egg under there. He'll run over an egg.
5.8 million views.
Millions of views. I'm like,
Genius!
this guy is
Why are we trying so hard?
Yeah, Dan, we'll see you there 9th through the 28th, bud. Heck
Okay, what are we
yeah.
talking about? Clint, what are we pulling up? You got diagrams, Cam? What's the deal?
Yeah, let's show the tide chart, guys, because we're gonna do a little run through because Kevin Gray sat there and went, "Oh, you know what? I think there's gonna be coho at Buoy 10 on the first week." And you know what? I would not bet against that because if you guys
Is that
so
what
this
he
tide
sounds like?
Huh?
Nothing.
No, he does not sound like that. I'm like, what? No, but if you look at that tide chart, guys, like so going for that first week, as you can see, you got some. This is for Astoria.
Clint, can you move the tide chart all the way to the left so we don't have to look at camera?
Perfect. Even better. So much better. Thank you. Now I don't have to look like a dork when I'm trying to read it too.
Yeah.
No, go back.
He needs
Anyways.
his readers.
Anyways, guys, as you can see that this is for the Astoria Port Docks, but as you can see on that first week, basically what I'm seeing in this tide is one thing with that estuary is you can catch fish in that estuary every day from daylight till dark. It's just kind of depending on where you're thinking and what you're going to be, what your strategy of that day is going to be, and what you're going to want to try to target to, right? So this year, obviously, a lot of coho. In 2014-15, we had some big incoming tides, just like we have set up from about the 1st till about the 5th or 6th of August there. Now, obviously, those incoming tides start a little later, but those big incoming pushes are what you're going to need to get those coho pushed into the estuary that are staged close enough to where we can get at them on the, east of the Buoy 10 line, right? So yeah, I absolutely think if I was going to be a strictly river fisherman on that opening morning, I probably wouldn't even try to get out of bed too early just because it looks like the tide is a little bit later in the morning, but I'd probably try to get started at 7. I'd be at the Buoy 10 line and I would be waiting for
You don't
that
think
coho.
there'd be any Chinook hanging out above
Absolutely,
it all?
there will be some, but you have a really big ebb the night before, so they're only going to be in some very few spots, and there's probably not going to be as many of them. Obviously with the forecast could
Because
be wrong.
I've made that mistake a few times where I'm like, all right, screw it, I'm just going to sleep in a little bit, and I'll run down, and then I'll hear like all these text messages in the morning. Oh, we murdered the kings. There was damn it.
If it wasn't for being the very first day, there will be kings killed in the estuary. There'll be kings killed every day. But like I said, if you're going to try to like hedge your bets and you're trying to learn the fishery, like staying away from that big ebb tide that bottoms out at Astoria probably, but looks like about 8 a.m. On Thursday the 1st, and just trying to target that incoming tide a little later on in the afternoon, especially the second half of it, is what you're going to want to do. You're going to want to do that for the first few days until you get to about the 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th. And as you can see, during that time frame too, those outgoing tides that are happening in the morning start to get a lot smaller. And those little outgoing tides are your Chinook killers at Buoy 10. And you can see those kind of roll all the way till about the 15th of August. However, you're obviously going to have to be fishing a little bit later on in the day as it gets a little closer. So you're going to have to deal with some wind situations there. But you know what? If I'm a king guy, honestly, that 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, that's
perfect.
Looking pretty damn good.
Lonnie's bachelor party.
Oh, you guys gonna be down there?
Yep.
I know where I'll be. I'll be down there.
I'll be following you. I'll be calling you that morning. Cameron, where are you at? We need to find fish.
But then as you can see, like after about the 15th, and as it rolls into the 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, you start getting kind of an ebb tide in the morning there that's kind of big with a bigger incoming tide that starts a little later on the day, and you're going to switch right back over to coho. You know what I mean? Coho tides until you start to see your slacks, but I'm talking like during those big incoming pushes, you can swing to there, and by that 3rd week, there's going to be fish probably coho pushed up into the estuary above the bridge just because we just have sheer numbers. Somebody told me today that 2 coho went over Bonneville Dam already.
8, I think.
8 coho?
Yeah, 2 in one day, but 8 total, I think.
8 total? I wonder if they're miscounting sockeye. They probably know what they're doing. They're probably.
I did catch Coho Jack the other day.
Did you? That doesn't surprise me at all.
He was like this big.
Yep. Coho Jacks. Yeah. So.
Oh, dude.
There's going to
first
be
week
coho.
of August, there'll be a whole little pot of them that'll show up.
Yeah. Yep. Oh yeah. But then,
Destroyed the
sadly, as you guys see later on in the week, as you can get into that, 18th, 19th, 20th, you actually do get into some better Chinook tides. But after about the 20th, you can really see around like the 21st, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. If it was open for kings, it'd be really, really, really awesome because you have those little weak outgoing tides. But guess what?
Now I saw a good
It's
question,
close.
Cam. Why does a big ebb kill the bite?
It doesn't kill the bite.
It's harder to fish.
It's harder to fish, and it
Exactly.
moves the fish. There are areas in the estuary that you can get out of the current, like up against the edges, shallow. I'll even say it. You can get a little shallow on those ebb tides, and you can find fish. Like I said, is it going to be the same as a nice 4 to 6 foot outgoing tide where you're tapping the bottom in the deep channel in 30 feet of water and railing on them every mark you
All right,
see?
Clint, you can pull
No.
it off now.
But you're definitely, those tides are, you can still find fish. You can still find them. Kings every day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
let's see here. What else you guys have for questions, guys? Because I'm not going to get too into specifics as far as like where we're going to be and what we're going to be doing, like the exact plans. But like
Please pin that.
I'll do
Dustin Moore's comment. Pin it up. That's a winner. Send that dude a sticker or something.
Of the clearance rack.
You might be able to do it.
Boy.
Go down to the
Charles will be
yeah.
right there with you.
Yeah, and Kevin Gray, also the first few fall Chinook started crossing Bonneville this week. Pit tag detection showed a handful of fall fish have crossed.
Wow.
That's
Who's
a good sign.
Kevin Gray?
I don't know. I remember him vaguely long ago.
Did he do a
Hey,
vlog?
you got any other screenshots or anything you want to pull up?
Yeah, I got a map. I got a map. Let's see a map. Oh, there's a map, guys. Buoy 10.
Probably make
As-
that huge, Clint. As big as it'll go.
As
We don't-
Cody said, 40 square
Can you make it any
miles.
bigger or no?
40 square miles of nothing
There
but
you go. I like it.
Fishy.
water and river current and fish channels and fish lanes. So, can they see your cursor, Clint?
No.
Okay.
I could pull
I
up
wish you
Google
could.
Live and do
No.
it.
Nope. Don't screw it up. Don't break it. 450 people will want to tear your eyeballs out right now between the two channels. That's crazy. Thanks for tuning in, guys, by the
Yeah,
way.
everyone
Yeah,
that's tuning
awesome
in, we
turnout
appreciate
today,
it.
guys.
Yeah, so let's, but anyways,
Don't
right
forget,
here.
we're getting ready to give you some short bus flashes.
Yeah. So if
stick
you
with
guys,
us.
I know it's hard to see, and this is going to be kind of hard to describe. I guess I really should have got. We're going to talk diver and weight in just a minute, Jim Stone, by the way. That's a great question.
We're going to talk safety at some point tonight as well.
Yeah, well, I'm going to kind of talk about that right now. So if you guys can see where the opening is to the ocean and then to the bridge, how that is kind of, that river kind of orients itself a little bit northwestern, if you get my drift. You know what I'm saying? Like it's kind of angled down, right? Think about like a northwest wind blowing that direction. And always realize that anything below the Astoria Bridge on a northwest wind and an outgoing tide in the afternoon is generally going to equal your roughest water, right? So there's a trap that always happens to guys, and it's funny because when I'm talking to newer anglers that are fishing down the estuary and they launch at Hammond or they launch at Chinook, Ilwaco, or even skipping on in Warrenton for that matter, you know, oh yeah, you know, we went and launched in the morning. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. But I heard there was a king bite above the bridge. We went up to the Washington side blind channel. It was beautiful and gorgeous. But then, you know, noon, 1, 2, 4 o'clock came around and they had to drive back. And they have to go back against that current and back against that wind that's hitting that current. And an ebb tide that's running from right to left on your guys' screen and a wind that's running left to right and crossing each other equals nothing but gnarly, terrible, bad water for getting back to your home port on those days. 5 knots tops and nice 4-footer, 5-footer. That's where people get wrecked. And my other favorite too is the guys that are like, oh, I don't want to go to Buoy 10. It's too rough. It's too rough. It's way too rough. I'm like, well, wait, what happened? Oh, I went with this guide and we fished Buoy 10 and we fished down at Buoy 10 all day and it was like 7-footers. And it's like, oh, so you were fishing the actual Buoy 10 line probably on a giant ebb tide and you had no reason or no brains not to be there.
Yeah.
Right? So there's times you want to avoid that lower estuary. And it's probably safe to say, you know, I mean, you could probably, yeah, I know guys do it and there's spots you can do it. But if you're a beginning angler, staying, you know, basically anything downriver, the checkerboard on an ebb tide, on a big ebb tide is probably not where you want to be.
So just a quick story about that. So last year,
Here we go.
Last year, I take one of our product
Thank
partners.
you, Joe Fott.
I take one
Adam's
of
a great
our,
client of mine. He needs to go fishing with me again.
I take one of our product partners out, and she, you know, she doesn't fish much, and it was a tough day, and I'm expecting to like get her on some fish, right? Well, you ended up calling me and basically telling me like, hey, if you want to get her on fish, you got to get down here like now, and it was like way freaking downriver. Basically, it was Baker Bay.
I was hiding in one of the bays. Yeah.
Yes, you were in Baker Bay. And so I run all the way the heck down there, and I knew at this point it was already like 11. So I'm like, crap. Like, if I don't get down there and get my fish, you know, and then what happened, I have Charles with me, and it's me, Charles, and a couple of, and we proceed to lose, like,
Right.
I watched you just, you know, bonk quite a few fish and get out of there, and then I just lost fish, and it took us forever to get our fish,
Right.
and it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock by the time we went back out on the bay, and it was probably one of the worst times.
And you know, but here's the thing though: if you were in the lower estuary, and that wind picked up and that ebb tide picked up, at least when you were going back with it.
True.
Because I'll tell you what, if you were the other way, if you were above the bridge going against it, it really, if you think it sucks going that with it, it really sucks.
And it wasn't like scary or anything, but it just sucked. I mean, you had to take your time.
It's
you
8
had
miles.
to freaking
Because
like,
where you launched from down there.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, understanding, like I said, and having those conversations with some of the seasoned anglers down there, and understanding like where you're launching from, kind of what the tide's saying you're going to be doing that day, whether you're going to be bouncing up.
Is anyone on Wi-Fi? If they are, they need to get off of it.
Uh-oh, guys. Sorry, we don't
No,
know
I
what's
think that's
going
what
on here.
Clint was just running for.
Is everything looking okay, guys?
Sorry, guys. We got a warning saying that the
Yeah.
stream quality is low. Are you guys still does the quality still look good?
Yeah.
Clint, you know what's going on with the stream quality?
Yeah, let's just take a look real quick here. Yeah, Jason, the group, been there, and those waves will ruin your pants. Oh, yeah.
Is
Yeah,
someone on
and
the Wi-Fi?
no one's on Wi-Fi.
I actually was on Wi-Fi.
You guys, everything looking good? Everyone's saying good still.
I've been on
Everything-
Wi-Fi
okay,
the
thank you
whole
guys.
time.
Sorry, we just first time I've ever seen that warning.
It turned off right when I turned my Wi-Fi off, so that's weird.
Perfect. Okay. But anyways, yeah, so understanding where you're at, where you're going to be at the tide, and that's why it's really important, like, to look at the book and be like, okay, you know, it's a big incoming tide day. You know, I'm definitely going to want to be down a little lower in the estuary. It's a little early in the season. That's where the fish are going to be. You know, if you're 3rd, 4th, 5th, you know, in the first week of September, of August, you know, or September, you're later in the season, you know, there's fish kind of throughout the whole estuary. It's supposed to be windy that day, a little ebb tide. Yeah, I'm going to stay a little further up the river and avoid those danger spots.
Yep.
You know, now, we want to talk about safety. There is one day last year that sunk boats in what a lot of the guys perceive as the safe zone above the channel on the Washington side, and that's when we get just a bastard south or bastard east wind, right? So it doesn't happen too often. I bet it happens once a day now at the end of down in the estuary where the wind will switch and we'll get like a big east wind. But if you think about it, your incoming tide isn't really that safe there, and it actually sunk boats in that blind channel. I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but we got a big east wind and a big incoming tide, and literally, since you're crossing those currents and you're crossing that wind, it slopped up blind channel like something freaking fierce. Like, I don't think I've ever seen it. It was 4-footers.
So
there.
talking about that, what do you think about like life jackets? What's your like? You
Yeah,
know, what
so-
are you usually doing down there, and what are you telling people they should be doing? And obviously, it's wear a life jacket, right?
Well, I mean, honestly, like, it's kind of it's silly not to. Like, let me just say it. It's silly not to, but pressuring someone to wear it or not, if the conditions even remotely call for it, they're wearing a life jacket whether they want to or not. Like, you know, if I feel that if it's in the realm of safety, generally out in the ocean, we're always wearing inflatables. We have to carry Type 1, also floatable life
Like
jackets
a-
as
yeah,
well. So I've
yeah.
got like 20 life jackets on the boat at any given time.
But typically, you're using like these.
yeah,
just-
so like on like a nice day like today, like, you know, we were out in the ocean, we were just wearing inflatables.
Throw one of these on, show
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Should I inflate it?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
How many people want to see Jordan inflate this?
No.
Mustang?
Then I gotta freaking buy a new one.
I
Yeah.
just did one on
So
my
you guys-
Facebook.
Mustang Survival. If you guys are watching out there, we're gonna inflate this, but you are gonna need to send me a couple new life jackets.
don't
Oh, you can
don't
read that.
inflate it. Don't inflate it. Don't
I just
inflate
built
it.
one.
I need a couple of
Put it
these.
on my Facebook. I blew my buddies on my boat.
But that's what I like
You
about
blew
know,
your buddies?
I've been trying to get in the habit. I have 6 of these now, and I've been trying to get in the habit of making people on my boat wear them. Just they're not that. They're
Right.
not that. They do not.
No,
you
they-
can't even feel that they're on.
No,
when
and
you're
I'm
wearing
not going to say ever like, oh yeah, we don't need to wear you don't need to ever wear a lot. No, you know what? At the end of the day, you should wear it. I set a bad example by not. To me, it kind of comes down as far as the inflatables. It's just eventual wear and tear. You know, you're eventually going to start popping them.
Yeah.
So,
So
but-
another safety thing, and this is just completely. This is one of my buddies, one of my really really good friends that used to live
And
in
we're
Oregon.
I saw real fast. I saw the question: anchovies versus herring. In a minute, we'll get there.
Yes, I like that.
Coming.
So one of my really really good buddies, he used to live in Oregon. He moved out back to the Midwest, but he started this venture called Angler Aid. And when I saw this thing,
Ryan Workender, I think that was the day because there was boats going down everywhere, and it was a weird day on the east wind. I guarantee that was the day because that one. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no, you're fine.
But I want to point that out.
Yeah. Anyway, so he started this thing, and I remember when he first texted it to me, he's like, "Dude, check out my new idea and stuff." And I was like, "Oh my hell, why didn't I think of that?" You know, like it's one of those things. It's like so. And basically, what it is he's put together this box that has like all these different safety essential and all these different tools. And Cam, if you want to just kind of like show people
Yeah,
underneath
so
the camera.
this is the first time I've seen the box, and you know, like obviously I've got kind of I'll just call it what it is. I call it the oh shit box in my boat, which basically has all like electrical stuff. But he's got like pipe clamps in here, electrical connections, like sunscreen, first aid kits, Hey, he's got some freaking braided line there for in case you decide to hook yourself and got to do a quick removal. Sharpie pen, flashlight, super glue, fire starting matches, electrical tape. It's just a real nice kind of well thought out
Didn't
kit.
want to say there's Bob's butt wipes in there.
Bob's butt wipes. Bob's butt wipes. There you go.
To
Like
go.
really,
you never
really
know.
in case of
You
emergency.
guys all know, how many out there watching have had to have an emergency on the boat?
You know, all I'm gonna say is like, this is what I'm gonna do with this. I'm gonna buy this with hopes to like. I'm not gonna buy this as like my essential. Like, this is what I'm buying it for. I'm gonna use this in the boat. Like, I'm gonna do exactly what I'm supposed to do with this. I'm gonna put it away until I actually really need it. Like, I'm still gonna have redundancy with like my electrical components, my pipe clamps and stuff, like my emergency toolkit. You know, but like this is like the last case scenario. Or if someone cuts themselves.
And I think for you,
know,
someone
this
who's
is
out
great.
there fishing, like you're fishing sometimes 300
Gauze.
days a year, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think it's essential for you to have like probably even a bigger
Well,
kit than what
first
this
off-
is. But for me, as much as I
Yeah.
fish and as many times, I mean, I fish quite a bit too, but that's like exactly what I've been looking for.
We're required to have a first aid kit on board, and so we do. But like I said, there's still a lot of other
That's
little
not
things.
in your first aid though, like the clamps and all the
Right,
the
exactly.
little
There's like a lot of
gizmos.
little essential stuff for like the guys that are just like, you know, the weekend warriors, you know, the guys that, you know, like this is a good little kit. It's well
This
thought
is
out.
Well, and
something
it's super
when you buy a boat, especially that cuts out so much time going to the store, picking out
Yeah.
stuff, forgetting stuff. I mean, it's
A
For
really-
me,
whistle,
dude,
flashlight.
For me, it's like I was like blown away by it. I was like, "Wow, Wes, what a super cool idea!" I don't even know how much they are. It's just one of my buddies' ventures, and I thought I'd show all you addicts out there. Make sure you guys check them out. It's Angler Aid. They have a website.
I thought it was cool. This is going in my
Clint,
boat.
I don't know if you can pull. Can you pull up their? Go to Google and pull up the website.
Yeah, stand by.
We'll show you guys the website. But like I said, I don't know. It'd be cool to see what the prices are, Clint, because I don't even really know
I don't even know either.
what they're selling them for. Regardless, I
boxes
just
are
wanted to show you addicts out there because it's one of my buddy's ventures, and I thought it was a super cool idea.
Yeah.
And I got one for my boat. I actually bought one for
There's
Jordan
more
as
people
well for
talking
his
about
boat.
the TP situations in the boats than anything else.
Perfect.
Sacrificing sleeves and
Yep, perfect.
socks.
Don't look
sleeves.
at
Go to
me.
shop, Clint.
Oh god. Sounds like a lot of people have some trouble with that. Just don't look at me. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, the worst is when you got a nice shirt that you really like.
There's one at 99.
I think that's it. That's the box, so it's $100. Click on it so you can see like the full
Yeah, we need to get an addict's freaking
75
discount kit.
piece boater kit. It's got 75 things inside of it.
Yeah.
Here's the list.
Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd show it to you real quick. Like I said, we're gonna throw them in a couple of our boats and check them out. We'll do like a solid review and let you guys know if we like them or not.
Hopefully you never have to use it.
True, but
Hopefully.
I'm gonna use it as like my what you were saying. You
But
have
your
a box.
essentials kit?
Yeah, I'm gonna freaking throw that thing in there and use it like it's perfect.
Oh, the Leatherman's genius.
Yeah,
even.
it's just
Yeah, there's a Leatherman
just
in
all the
there.
little Gerber
Yeah.
knife in there and it's perfect.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
all right, guys, what else we got, Cam?
So anchovy versus herring.
Anchovy versus herring. I already know what you're gonna say.
What's your guys' votes out there? Anchovy versus herring at Buoy 10. Let's
You
hear
guys
it.
are fishing down there. What do you think? You guys like anchovies or you like herring? Which, with that being said, let's talk about these sexy looking things right here. Look how good those look.
Oh, yeah, let me see those. Those are worth a shot under the camera.
I don't think we've ever had 500 on a studio live. I know we have on the boat.
It's Buoy
I
10.
think we need to do something to pump it up to see if we can break 500 because we're
Yeah.
close.
Oh, we're damn close already
Yeah,
between
yeah.
the two.
Well, first of all, we got to pick a winner for these short bus flashers,
Oh.
Clint. So you want to randomly select someone to win? We forgot to do that. We got
And then we're going to have the great, and for those of you guys for the next contest, so I'm going to give away all the Marlin stuff, herring versus anchovies.
okay. Next contest, we'll give something else away.
Yeah,
Maybe
okay.
we'll bust out something good. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give away a Gerber 10-inch fillet knife valued at over $100. If you guys can get this feed
No.
over 500.
It's damn. You guys are only like 50 off, so you don't have much where to go. Because I don't think you guys can see the
Okay,
two between the
there's
two.
your short bus guy.
But we can. Who
There
won?
you go, Eric Coons. Eric Coons, if that's how you pronounce your last name, I have no idea, but thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
Please shoot us an email to orders@addicted.fishing, and our awesome guy Mike will get these shipped out for you. Orders@addicted.fishing. Make sure you give us your address so he knows exactly where to ship them.
You guys inflate the PFD at 500.
Man, we're giving away a lot of stuff tonight.
That's all right.
It's Buoy 10.
Booty 10. It's the Super Bowl of fishing in the Northwest. How could you not?
All right, guys.
Gosh.
You know what? Screw
We're
it.
gonna get it to 500 though.
Yeah, if it gets to 500,
If it gets to 500 people, not only are we
you're only
going to
about
give
60 off, guys.
a 10-inch Gerber fillet
Oh,
knife,
baby.
we're also going
Another
to give you
fillet away?
a fillet away mat. So you're
Dude.
going to be able to just go and freaking
Tear it up.
tear it up, dude. You're going to be filleting your fish. Perfect little mat. This is a really expensive prize, so I hope whoever wins it is super excited. Thank you so much to everyone for tuning in. But you gotta do some things for us. You gotta share it out there. Share it to your friends. If you're on YouTube, one of the greatest ways, in my opinion, to get it out there is either share it on your Facebook page if you're on Facebook. If you're not, just text message it to some people. Just copy the link and to a couple of your buddies that fish. Just make sure you guys are telling them about addictive fishing. That's all we're asking. Clint, how many people do we have watching? Is it 405?
Yeah, it went. For some reason, it went down right as we started that, but it's on its way back up.
Oh, thanks, Clint. It's because you talked.
It was at 440 just a minute
Yeah,
ago,
it
so I don't know
Man,
what's
it
going
was
on
at
there.
440, but
But we got to see that number.
Yep, if it gets up over 500 people,
Yeah.
we're gonna select one of you guys or gals out there to win this awesome prize pack. So,
And
all
so,
you gotta
and
do
the
is
way,
help us get there.
and you have to help us get there, but you also have to decide
Yep.
if it's herring or anchovies. And if you've never fished Buoy 10, just be like, I don't know. I'm just going to share this out and try to win a cool prize. Be honest. But you got to comment up there so we know.
Yeah, we're gonna randomly
Put your name in
select
the
from the
bucket.
comment.
Yep.
So,
That would be
out of the
perfect
fish
for
value.
my Erie Steelhead trip this fall week.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna be going
We're
out
gonna
there
be
at
going-
some place as well.
Sushi, you see the sushi
Wink,
channel?
wink. The sushi channel.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
That guy said he has 50 alternate personalities.
Well, get them on there.
Come on, let's get them all. You know, one thing you guys could do if you were smart is you could pull up YouTube on your TV and then pull up Facebook on
There's
your
a
phone.
lot of people doing it, and
Double.
thank you to those who are doing it. We
You
really
don't need,
appreciate
you don't
it,
need that
guys.
much of this face at all.
Speak
That's
for
terrible.
yourself.
That's terrible.
Speak for yourself.
Oh, you kind of level the playing field out just perfect, Jordan?
Sure,
With
agreed.
the
No,
locks.
we all do.
Agreed.
Ah,
Scissors.
producer
Give me
Clint
those
just
scissors.
fixed that problem.
Solved.
Give me those scissors real quick.
What a jerk. You're fired.
You're fine. Problem solved.
That's
Fans
okay.
asked for it, I deliver.
The fans asked for it. Perfect. We'll do that. What's up, Brian?
All right, guys, these herring are absolutely freaking foul, disgusting herring because they were
So
once-
let
they were going to be sturgeon bait, but I'm going to use them just as an example to show you guys
Fine.
when I do fish herring down at Astoria, which is very rare. Usually, what I'm doing is just getting fresh anchovies right from the tackle time or whatever that guy is that sells them right there.
Well, there's a lot of places that do, yeah.
That's usually where I'm getting mine. But when I do use herring, this is all I do. It's as simple as taking a tray of herring, throwing them
1,
in.
2, and 3.
Yep. Throwing them inside your bag, and then taking this guy, which is Procure, and they make all sorts of different. This is blue. On the color ones, you got to make sure you shake them up because you'll see a lot of the stuff down at the bottom will get all kind of.
Yeah.
So make sure you
Vaughn
give it a
a lot of chovies.
good little shaky here. But this stuff is just super convenient. That's why I like to use it. It makes
Yeah.
makes curing your bait and
So-
keeping your bait hard like just convenient. So literally all you're doing is take your Ziploc, just pour this guy in there.
450, guys. Keep going. I don't think it's going to happen.
And I like to just cover, just make sure it's nice and covered. So just like that pretty much is good enough. Once those herrings start to unfreeze, I like to put them in there a little bit frozen. So then as they defrost, they start to soak up some of the brine. That's it. And then I'll throw that, and then always just still keep it on ice. Make sure you keep that stuff
Always
on
cold.
ice and super,
Yeah.
super cold. But this stuff from Procure that they make, just the quick, easy cures. I mean, they have this for eggs too, the same thing where you can just literally pour it over the eggs and it cures it for you. It makes life so much easier when you're out here doing your bait. So, but you can get fancy. You don't even do, a lot of times you're just using salt, right?
Yeah, I will do a brine. And honestly, because a lot of the bait that you get, right, the way that they deliver it and then they sort it again, rebag it, re-ice it, you gotta keep your bait cold. Keeping your bait cold, whether it's a herring or an anchovy or whether it's fresh or frozen in that fishery, is paramount. You need baits that last long. They need to be durable. Even when I've been going out in the ocean this year, or all the years, I do keep some salt and some stuff, just some light bluing. I'll put it in a bucket, put some water in it, and do a little bit of a brine, even on my fresh anchovies, even before I go to the ocean. If you can make them that much durable with something that's so quick, and it's not going to hurt the bait as far as its
Why not?
effectiveness, why not? It's super important.
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, any type of ride. But yeah, I got 3 bottles of that. I use the natural.
Yeah, so this
But-
is the blue. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
I typically like the natural too.
Yeah.
I'm out of it right now. I need to buy some.
No, so I like the natural. I keep 3 bottles because you will have those days the baits that are delivered, and it's not necessarily the person.
Do you put it on your anchovy too? Then was I not listening?
Oh yeah, no, any bait.
Oh, so you do put it on your
brine it
anchovy.
all, brine it all, even the fresh stuff that you get. Absolutely.
Oh, see, I typically don't do that. I
Hardens
just
it up
keep it
at
all
least
on
a
the
little
ice.
bit.
Because even if you put the bag of anchovies in your ice and you cover it with ice, like, you know, it's like I said, it's not so much like the guy that sold it to you, but it could also be like delivering to you and then resorting it and stuff like that. Those baits can get mushed, and sometimes the bags are kind of big, so that it's not cooling down like at the rate you want it cooled down.
Yeah.
So like what I'll do is I'll make a little brine, put the bait in there, throw some ice even in the brine, and just freaking nuke cool those things down. Because the second you get soft bait, the bellies start burning out. They look like crap. Some days it matters and the fish won't freaking screw with them. Or you just fish a super bait like we did today out in the ocean. It doesn't seem to matter.
Yeah.
Oh, we'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, so having a couple bottles of brine in the boat will save your butt on multiple occasions.
Keep sharing. You're close.
What
You're
about-
really close?
Oh,
Four-
480, 480.
What? Since 456.
It just went down, but it keeps spiking.
Oh. Dude, at 456,
Oh,
you guys are so close. You guys are
close.
going to win a filet fish mat and a Gerber 10-inch
Yeah.
fillet knife.
And
Come
one
on,
thing,
guys,
guys,
get it
I'm-
up to 500
And one thing
people.
I'm gonna, because we're gonna give you guys just a few more minutes to do this. Let's talk the 360s versus the triangles down there, because I'll tell you what, there was times that a couple buddies of mine were just ripping me up on 360s until the tide got too fast, and like that, what we kind of thought along up here. But last year that really did show. Big tides, slower tides.
Really made a
I'm
difference.
just gonna, you can almost blanket statement that.
I'm gonna hold
It
you
was
to
crazy.
Can't go back from that.
I won't go back from that one because like I said, last year there was a couple guys out there at 8 o'clock, you know, get a few fish. Oh, we're back at the dock. What? Oh, wow, you were okay. 360. Okay, cool, you know, and then switch 360, do that for a day. Tide would switch back over, and then all of a sudden, like, no bites, put the triangles back on, and just rally city. I think you can go. I think the currents and the thump and the speeds that these act, I think it almost sometimes you can get too fast, especially on the buoy 10 line with them.
Yeah.
My thoughts, my 2 cents for what it's worth, because I gave it to you free.
No, we got some couple super chats.
We got a couple super chats. Thank you for that.
We at least made $2.99.
But last but not least, too, you guys, also, so, obviously I work with a bunch of different guides down there, too, and I've got a couple seats open on some other guide boats as well. I've got, like, 2 seats open for me on August 7th, and that's it for the entire month. But if you guys shoot me an email at gonecatchin@gmail.com, I can get you kind of aligned with some of these other guides. I'd be happy to do with it. I might not answer you in the morning, but usually in the evening I'll get to my emails and shoot it out. But I know, like, some of my other buddies and some of our other addicted guides that have spots open, and I'd be more than happy to get you guys. The
yeah,
guys,
does Swanson or Popoff, they have
yep,
seats?
they've got some seats on. I've got their list too. I mean, if they were here, I'd let them tell you, but I don't know off the top of my head. But I know they've got some dates that they're trying to fill too. And some other guides too that are, just really good fishermen, spend a lot of time down there, spend the whole month down there, are fishy as hell. So, like, get you, good ride. So
Cool.
yeah, so email me at gonecatchin@gmail.com if you guys are looking to go down to that lower estuary. Yep. Where we at?
What are you
Where we
laughing
at?
about? What about spinners? I've seen a lot of
Yeah.
questions about spinners. Like, when are you using spinners? Are you using them
spinner-
all the time?
so-
Are you using 3.5s? Are you using bigger
last
ones?
year wasn't a big spinner year for me. Like, I don't think the fishing got enough. The estuary, people slayed them on spinners, guys. Let's be real about this. But, like, as far as, like,
It's gonna be water temperature regulated. somewhat, correct?
We're using spinners out in the ocean. If the
Okay.
fishing's that hot where you can just throw a spinner on and not have to screw with bait, and you can watch that rod fold, and if he misses and it comes back up and you don't have to screw with anything and you're just waiting for the next bite, that's really when I start throwing the spinners down, when it becomes efficiency. When things become so good that you just put the plastic on or you put the spinner on and you go to work, right?
Right.
To me, that's when
That's ideal.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, the fish are feeding on what you're giving them.
And now, when do you make that switch? Do you run half
Fishing-
your rods? Do you
Yeah,
run...
I'll start sneaking out. So what I'll generally do is, like, on my rod, like, I'll fish on my rod, even out in the ocean, even on the days we're
So
using
you're
only bait,
variable.
I still fish a super bait because I don't have to watch it. It just sits behind me, does its thing, it buries. Oh, I missed it. I don't get to see a bite that I miss. You know what I mean? Because I'm watching forward, and you know the customers see it, but sometimes they don't. And your bait gets stripped or gets ruined and it's not effective. So I'll put like I said, a spinner or some hardware on it. But if you put that, if it gets to the point where the fishing is so good and you don't have to deal with bait, then absolutely. Go nuts on spinners. Go nuts.
So
on
what
super
do you
bait.
like a big spinner like this?
I'm not a big spinner. Like,
So you like
some of the biggest fish I've caught down there have always been on small spinners, and not just necessarily behind a 360, like three and a halves and fours. Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Clint, switch to this camera. Let's show people just some different variations you can use.
Oh
my god.
Oh, it's stuck in me. Fish on. Yeah, I mean, like, obviously.
We're really close to 500.
Oh my gosh, you guys, 490. Come on, you guys, you can do it. Like right
If
there.
you guys are just now tuning in and you're wondering why there's 500 people watching us, I think a lot of it has to do because they want to win a fillet away fish mat and a Gerber fillet knife. But also, we're talking Buoy 10 salmon fishing. So if you guys are new on YouTube and you guys are just finding us on YouTube, make sure you guys tap that subscribe button. We're out here every Wednesday talking fishing and also putting out video
it's
content
almost
every
there.
single day.
Oh, like 3 more guys. Oh my gosh, so close. Oh, I guess we don't have to give away knives.
7
Thanks,
dudes.
guys.
7 more people. 7 more
It was actually a little higher than that. It was
men
down
or
to
women,
3.
and we're going to give away this stuff. I'm going to be super happy to do so. We appreciate you guys
Do you ever
tuning
use a
in.
prawn spinner in the fall run, BMAC? Potentially, but that can't be talked about. Sorry. Jordan, I'll send you a brush. Fishing spinners like it's 1930s. Hey, dude, I remember in 2014, the coho fishing was so good in September down there. We're using Delta divers, a 3-foot leader, and then a spinner. And the spinner size, color, hoochie or not, didn't matter. And
Just
it was
had to
like,
spin.
just had to spin and had to get down there and just start moving around. And there was so many damn silvers in that estuary. You literally went to like 6 pulls. Whoop, got one, picked it up. I'd run 3 rods and 3 nets with 6 guys. Didn't even care. Like, so there's times like, and then obviously when the fishing's like that, you're not going to screw with bait.
No.
Phil, I've actually seen that question a lot. We're actually not working with any addicted guides in that region of the area. So
Wait, what region?
in Puget Sound,
Yeah.
we don't
Yeah.
really have any addicted guides that we're working with in that region. So
Hey, $49.99 super chat, you guys. Jordan's the man.
Jordan's the man.
yeah,
All
dude.
it says it's from Brandon Warren.
Brandon
Thanks,
Warren.
Brandon.
why don't we see that?
You're the man.
Sorry, I made it go away. We got another $1.99 from Brandon Warren, and we are over 500. It's not refreshed, but look
Oh,
at the 200.
Yeah,
We're
good
over
job,
500.
everybody.
Looking at 2 of them.
Heck
above.
Hey,
Yeah.
first of all, to the guy that gave us the $55
Thanks,
super
Brandon.
chat or
You're
whatever,
the man.
we appreciate it, man.
No,
Thanks
you're
so
the
much
man, Brandon.
Thanks so much for tuning
What
in.
do you have to do for that?
Here.
He was trying to get us to do something, but
Jordan's
Nice. Thank you very much,
I'll
Brandon.
eat some more raw fish for you, Brandon. How
Eat some
about
raw. Yeah. You can take him to sushi now.
that? Exactly.
You guys are awesome. Thank you so much. We
We
appreciate
love
it.
you guys.
Yeah. Well, real fast before we pick our winner on the herring anchovy, I mean, any more little questions out there, Buoy
Yeah.
10, you guys? I mean, you guys want to fire? This is the last opportunity. We'll let this go for about another minute. Kind of think we did our overall view. Obviously, it's a big fishery. It's 40 square miles. There's a lot of experience on figuring out like where those fish are at certain stages of the tide, how big the exchanges are, what to do with the weather. So, of course, I will always say it, that if you want to get into that fishery and you learn, I saw one guy post on there, he's doing exactly what I always recommend. He's going with the guide the first day and then fishing himself the next 3 days.
And then taking binoculars.
And then don't take binoculars. Just learn where the fish are at. Oh, yeah, that's another thing. We'll talk about that. But if you guys, like I said, go with a guide. Like, seriously, go with a guide. It's a big estuary. See what it's about. You know, a going rate for a Buoy 10 guide is about $200 a day. And trust me, man, we work our ass off for it. Trust me. So, regardless, like I said, make sure, do that. The amount that you will
Soy
learn.
sauce for
the-
fans.
Hashtag addicted soy sauce. Should make our own soy sauce now. But yeah, so go with the guide, guys. And if you need help finding one, you can email me at gonecatchin@gmail.com.
Sweet.
Any other questions?
What about hooks? Are you finding must-add hooks that you're really liking? I know you're using the triple grip.
In the river, yeah, right now in the ocean, man. The 92553 bait 3/0 is freaking. That's why I had this package sitting here, because before you guys
I've seen
tuned
a few
in,
people ask about
He
it.
was digging through the box.
I was digging through the box and grabbed another pack. I was going to tie more leaders.
3/0.
I am blown away by these damn hooks, man. I have not lost
Super
a fish
strong,
on a
super
spinner
straight, they don't
with those
hurt.
side washes all year.
When you hook them, they're just there.
Every single one. I'm just.
Thank you, Lisa, too, for our
I'm
boats
blown
addicted.
away.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's see here. Oh, I lost the comments.
Yeah, I know. Hang on.
Let's see here.
Mustad is the best. That's good to hear.
Yeah,
Mustad's
yeah.
the only way to go.
Zoom
Sweet
in on
guys.
those things. Zoom in on them.
And then you said when you get into the river, what size triple grip are you using? Is this triple grips?
I'm not using triple grips in the river, Marlon.
You liar.
Size 2s.
Size 2.
Size 2s and 4s.
KVDs.
And I've seen that question a few times. Next addicted event. Are you guys? You are going to do a Buoy 10 at Bob's,
Yeah, you look at
correct?
that. No.
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 So
you
the
guys
next one
are-
won't be till twitching season.
We are planning some addicted
Okay.
bashes. There will be probably 6 to 8 of them throughout
It's gonna
before
be
the
a
end of the
busy
year.
Fall. We've been slacking on that, guys. Between some of the fishery stuff that's been going on in the spring, and just, I mean, we've had some challenges with that, and so and our schedules, and
Mostly
like I
schedules.
said, we're gonna make up for it, guys. We are gonna do some big time coho, because guess what? We got to kill all these hatchery.
We
coho that
also
coming in.
are going to
These
have
inferior
a
fish.
giant 10-year anniversary party. If you guys didn't know, this is 10 years of Addicted. 2019, we are officially been around for 10 years this year. So sometime towards the end of the year, be on the lookout for a giant anniversary party that we'll be throwing, that we're going to invite all you addicts
The
to.
bash of
So
all bashes.
It will be the bash of all
the
bashes.
bashiest bash. The bash ever saw.
Super bash.
Super
Ooh,
bash.
maybe John Bash will be there.
He probably will. I hope he shows up.
Heck yeah. All right. I think we got to pick a
All right,
winner,
Clint,
guys.
let's pick a
uh-oh.
lucky winner
I got
here
gripped.
for a fillet knife and a
You got
fillet
triple
away
grip.
fish
I
mat.
stuck my
One
finger
last
in
quick
there,
time,
that's a bad
Clint,
idea.
before you pick a winner. Do not forget, guys, and Clint, you can throw up that discount code one last time. Head over to Fillet Away Fish Mats and make sure you guys purchase the mats. Code's ADX. You're going to get 20% off these fish mats that we've been using for a little over a year now and really have learned to love them. So I highly recommend you guys check them out and go purchase a couple of them, because this is a price that you won't be able to get again for a long time. Until I ask those guys to give you guys more discounts, and then they probably will.
We probably will.
All right, Clint, who won? Who won a Gerber
Who won the
fillet
knife
knife?
and the fillet mat? Chris Barrow.
Chris
Barrow. Congrats.
Barrow.
Man or woman.
Chris Barrow, you won yourself a fillet away fish mat and a
Chris,
Gerber
alright.
Good
10-inch
job.
fillet knife.
Congratulations,
Thank you so much
guys.
to everyone that tuned in tonight and all you guys that continue to support us. Again, do not forget, if
Yeah.
you're on YouTube, subscribe. Tap that subscribe button and turn on those bell notifications. YouTube just made a change to the bell. I don't know if you guys knew, but make sure you click that and you turn it to all notifications, so you know when we're putting out our videos every single day now.
And guys, I can't wait. Like 8 days, it's Buoy
I
10,
know.
and you know what? It gets crowded down there. One last thing, it gets crowded down there. It gets busy down there. The boat ramp lines are insane. You know what? But at the end of the day, there's a reason why it's all there. It's because the fish are there. And if you go into the attitude that it's not a crowded shit show of a mess, but it's just one big freaking party where all us anglers can go and pick on hatchery fish too. You know what? Treat it as a good time. I love this time of year. It's cool. It's fun. Where else are you going to go see like 150 fish get whacked in an hour?
No, and honestly, when I'm
Pretty
down
cool.
there, like, that's the same mindset I have. It's a party. Like, when you hook a fish, the boat next to you, whether you know him or not, is usually cheering. Like,
Oh, yeah.
it's a really, really fun.
I
good
always make
time
my
down
guide
there.
boat, whenever a kid lands a fish around, I go, every one of you in my boat better clap for that kid if they land it. And they land it. Oh, dude, it's a good time, man. So, no, you don't.
That's awesome. What?
I don't want to interrupt. Really quick. You said
You
Chris-
did interrupt.
Okay, so tell Chris to send an email to orders at Addicted.
Yeah, Chris Barrow, you won that fillet away fish mat and knife. Send an order to orders@addicted.fishing. You see that up on the screen right there. So just send an email to there. And to everyone that kept sharing it out there and stuck with us tonight, thanks again.
Yep, we appreciate it,
You
guys.
guys are the best.
Dude, and we'll see you out there. It's going to be a busy one.
It's going to be fun.
Stay tuned, everyone.
Yep. Later, guys.
Don't forget, July 31st,
Oh, that's
Addicted Alaska 2, Winter Chrome Blend on YouTube.
Mic drop.